Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today I'm going to be making a pork curry, commonly known as Vindaloo. This will not be British Indian restaurant style Vindaloo. Let's find out what's in this dish. I'm Russell Phipps and this is My Kitchen Manna with Spice. For this dish you're going to require half a kilo of pork. Now I've got pork shoulder, which I've cubed, and all of the following spices. The amount of spices and the different spices that you use is really down to your own personal palate. There is no given recipe and exact quantities of spices. If you were in India, you will find they'll be putting them in by hand. They don't measure them out. I will put in the description the quantities that I'm using for this dish, just so that you have an idea. Let me get that together, grind it, and then I'll come back. I've made a paste from the ground ingredients, cider vinegar and 2 tablespoons of warm water. I am using the glove for this purely so I don't stain my hands. Just mix that in and make sure that all of the meat is covered in the spice. The idea of marinating the meat in the spices and the garlic and vinegar is that traditionally when the Portuguese moved across towards India, they used to preserve their meat in vinegar and garlic, hence the name Vindaloo. Now Vindaloo is a derivative of that name. So Vindaloo in a British Indian restaurant tends to be very, very hot with a lot of chilli added. I'll now leave that to marinate for a minimum of 8 hours. The first stage is we take the marinated meat and we put it all in the pan. High heat, we cook this till the moisture starts to come out of the meat. This is going to take about 5 to 8 minutes. 4 minutes have passed and this is actually already sealed and the moisture is just starting to come out. So I put the lid on and we then leave this for another 15 to 20 minutes to cook in its own juices on low. 10 minutes has passed. I've moved the pan over and just put it onto a separate flame, and I've now got another pan, 2 tablespoons of oil. Just bring it up to temperature and then I'm going to add 1 onion which has been half it coarsely chopped and the other half finely chopped. Fry this until it becomes transparent and starts to go golden. You don't want it to go completely brown. And that's going to take about 8 minutes, in which point the meat should be cooked. That has been cooking for 5 minutes now and it's just started to go brown on the edges. I have added a teaspoon of paprika, mixed that, and now I am continuing to fry it 3 to 5 minutes while the meat is just finishing off. The meat has now been cooking for 20 minutes, so we turn it off and using a slotted spoon remove the meat and put it with the onion and just fry this for 2 to 3 minutes. Now during the time of cooking the meat and doing the onions, I've also parboiled some potatoes and they're about halfway cooked. After 2 to 3 minutes, pour in all the juices. Now using some of the water the potatoes was cooked in, I rinse out the pan to make sure I've got all the spices, and likewise the bowl the meat was originally marinated in, and I add that. It's now boiling, cover, turn to low, continue to cook until the meat and the potatoes are thoroughly cooked through. This is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. Smelling beautiful. Meat beautifully cooked. Potatoes beautifully cooked. And there we have one Vindaloo dish without the heat. I'll put a couple of other videos up here. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.